We call it a slip, but honestly, it's usually a setup. We rarely just trip into a relapse. Usually, we walk straight towards it. We drive down that street that we know we shouldn't drive down, or we answer that text that we know we shouldn't answer. We convince ourselves that we're strong enough to handle it. Welcome to day 7 of A Proverb a Day Keeps the Police Away. My name is Robert, and I'm happy to have you along today. Today in chapter 7, Solomon tells us a story about a guy that he calls the Simpleton. This guy just thinks he's taking a walk, but he's actually walking into a slaughterhouse. Let's see if we can spot the moment that he made that fatal mistake. Solomon sets the scene here by looking out his window, and he spots this young guy who lacks judgment, and watch where and when this guy decides to take a stroll. Dear friend, do what I tell you. Treasure my careful instructions. Do what I say, and you'll live well. My teaching is as precious as your eyesight. Guard it. Write it out on the back of your hands. Etch it on the chambers of your heart. Talk to wisdom as to a sister. Treat insight as your companion. They'll be with you to fend off the temptress, that smooth-talking, honey-tongued seductress. I stood at the window of my house looking out through the shutters, watching the mindless crowd stroll by. I spotted a young man without any sense, arriving at the corner of the street where she lived, then turning up the path to her house. It was dusk, the evening was coming on, the darkness thickening into night. Notice the details here. He's walking near her corner, he's walking down the path to her house, and he's doing it in the twilight. This is the definition of a simpleton in recovery. He didn't stumble. He put himself in the neighborhood of temptation. He went to the old playground. He hung out in the twilight, that time of night when you're tired and lonely and bored. There's a saying, if you hang out in the barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. And if you walk down the path to the dope house, you're gonna buy dope. The mistake wasn't the act. The mistake was the walk. All right, now watch what happens when he gets there. The trap shows up, dressed to kill and full of excuses about why it's safe to mess up just this one time. Just then, a woman met him. She'd been lying in wait for him, dressed to seduce him. Brazen and brash she was, restless and roaming, never at home. Walking the streets, loitering in the mall, hanging out at every corner in town. She threw her arms around him and kissed him, boldly took his arm and said, "I've got all the makings for a feast. Today I made my offerings. My vows are all paid. So now I've come to find you, hoping to catch sight of your face, and here you are. I've spread fresh, clean sheets on my bed, colorful imported linens. My bed is aromatic with spices and exotic fragrances. Come, let's make love all night, spend the night in ecstatic lovemaking. My husband's not home. He's away on business and won't be back for a month." Soon she has him eating out of her hand, bewitched by her honeyed speech. Listen to her sales pitch here. She says, "My husband's not at home." The translation here is, "No one's watching. You won't get caught." That is the voice of addiction. It tells you your sponsor won't know. Your wife is at work. God is busy elsewhere. It tries to convince you that you can get away with it. She paints a pretty picture, perfumed sheets and peace offerings and a good time. She sells the feeling, but she hides the consequence. Solomon says she seduced him with her smooth talk. If you listen to the lies long enough, you'll eventually believe them. And here's the result. This is one of the most brutal descriptions of a relapse in the entire Bible. It's not a party, it's an execution. Let's jump back in. Before you know it, he's trotting behind her, like a calf led to the butcher shop, like a stag lured into ambush and then shot with an arrow, like a bird flying into a net not knowing that its flying life is over. So friends, listen to me. Take these words of mine most seriously. Don't fool around with a woman like that. Don't even stroll through her neighborhood. Countless victims come under her spell. She's the death of many a poor man. She runs a halfway house to hell, fits you out with a shroud and a coffin. Whoa, here we go, like a calf to the slaughter. A calf doesn't know it's about to die. It just follows the food. Verse 23 says he didn't know that his life was at stake. That's the tragedy of relapse. We think we're chasing a good time, but we're actually stepping into a trap that can kill us. Solomon calls her house a highway to the grave. There's no exit ramps on that highway once you get on it. The only way to survive is to never take the on-ramp. Don't be the simpleton. Don't walk down that street. Alright, so the takeaways from chapter 7 to keep the police out of your life are this. Number 1, don't be a simpleton. Stop walking near the corner of your temptation. Change your route. Number 2, recognize the lie. When you hear, "No one will know," run. That is the sound of a trap snapping shut. And number 3, it's a slaughter, not a party. Play the tape through. It ends with an arrow in the liver, not a trophy on your shelf. I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. We're talking about wisdom's call and why it's better than silver or gold. And listen, friends, a free way to support this podcast and show the platform that this is good content is to subscribe to the channel, maybe comment with your thoughts below, and drop a stop sign if you're staying off that highway to hell. And share with a friend who may need a little encouragement today. And thanks for following along today, friends. Stay sober, not boring.